How do you stand out as a woman in business when you are speaking in a way that keeps your audience engaged? That is a really difficult question. And why does it make any difference who you are? So in this short video, I'm going to give 3 points or share 3 ways in which you can become a more engaging speaker. In other words, keep your audience engaged with what you're saying. But does it matter if you're a woman or not? Well, I would say some of these things don't come to us as easily as it does to many men. And it's not true for all of us, and it's not true for every gender. But just bear in mind that you might be working against some norms that you've been brought up to believe. So let's get to the point. Keeping your audience engaged. Questions. Let's start off with a question. I started with a question, but we don't just want to ask questions at the beginning. We need to ask questions all the way through. And it can be very easy for us sometimes to ask those questions in a way that makes us sound like we're slightly apologetic, whether we're saying, are you following this? Is this okay? I don't mean asking questions like that. Asking questions that will help your audience think about what you're saying. For example, maybe you're talking about better sleep habits. And you might stop and ask, what time do you go to bed? How many hours sleep do you get? What time do you get up? How many times do you get interrupted at night when you sleep? Those are not apologetic questions. They're questions that help the audience think and get engaged in what you're saying. So questions are a brilliant way to keep your audience engaged, right through to the end, right from a question to start what you're saying and a question to end with. What are you going to do next? And you can say that in loads of different ways. But it's a brilliant question to ask. What step can you take? What thing will you work on? Do you have a question that I haven't been able to answer today? A great way to get somebody to come back to you, perhaps. So asking questions is a great way to get people engaged. Secondly, I am going to say another thing is not so much getting your audience engaged, but how not to lose your audience. When you are giving a presentation, you've chosen to use slides, and do choose whether you wish to use them or not. You choose to use slides. They should be helping your audience understand what you're saying and help them through the structure. If you don't have a structure to what you're saying, and it may not be immediately obvious to your audience, but you know where it's going. So you might be leading them to a surprise. That's okay. But you shouldn't be having the surprise. But as you're leading them through, your slides, your presentation deck should be helping signpost and illustrate where you are, what your subject is right now, what we are focusing on right now, or maybe illustrating, perhaps with a diagram, a photograph, or something of that nature. These things help people keep on track. What doesn't help is when you have a huge amount of words even if you are saying them, because people cannot read and listen at the same time. And even if those words are the same as you are saying, and please don't read your slides, but if they are, they will still be processing those at different rates. It doesn't help engagement. Unless it is a short quote on there, a name of a place, the topic you're on, keep those slides simple and focused, not your script. So that's something that can really disengage an audience, can really distract them from what you're saying. And thirdly, and I have mentioned this already, but have a structure. So know where you are going from and to. You are taking your audience on a journey from a place where they didn't know something to a place where they did, a place where they didn't feel something, a place where they did. Hopefully this video is taking you from a place where you are not sure how to engage your audience, and this is going to give you just 3 tips on how to keep your audience engaged when you are giving a talk or a presentation. Have a structure, a main point, broken down into subpoints, a beginning, a middle, an end, and transitions that make sense from each one to another. When you have that structure, it makes it easy for the listener or the watcher to get involved in what you're saying and to not get lost. It's so easy to get lost. So there's your 3 points in how to be more engaging online. In talks and online. So those 3 things: ask questions, keep your slides simple, have a structure. There are so many more things I can talk about. Vocal variety, how we build stories in, how we use our body language, how we don't use our body language, and how we ensure that we get to the point. So if you want to know more about those, follow my Facebook page, or if you're a woman in business, come and join me in my Facebook group, Embracing the Speaker Within. This is the topic I'm going to be talking about all this month in that Facebook group and on my other social media too. So I hope you can join me. If you like this video, I'm Julie Kenny from Softly Inspired on the Softly Inspired channel. Do subscribe to find a new video every month on a new topic around speaking to promote your business.